Yeah. Leicester, London. Check. I lost a couple good girls cause I was too dedicated to dreams. Sacrifices I deemed of getting up in the teens. But I've been feeling amazing. Waking up in the morning just knowing my brand is raising. Short but it turns out I'm heavier at the weigh-in. Quarantining my money cause I'm saving. Realizing my benefits when I stay in. I'm stimulated and faded like I stayed in the sun. Special teachings from my father I say for my son. They say I sound like somebody but I'm still different. They got in touch with your shit cause my shit feel different. More connections, more finesse. I'm less as fuck, but I'm never less than. You took the test and gave up in a second. I passed the rest with colors fluorescent. I took them colors and painted my chest in. I lost my pot, but I'm gaining blessings. It's funny how we gotta be apart to gain sections. It's probably best, but that shit's depressing. I'm growing up, I had a bunch of lessons. Recollecting myself because I had a recollection. A bunch of changes that got us set in. All of my personalities are meshing. I know niggas that got every song but don't play shit. I know niggas that see all my work but don't say shit. Couldn't cover it with a coat. I ain't dope because I got cosigns. I got cosigns because I'm dope. Couldn't wash me with soap. I'm too much of a fucking goat. That COVID by your lungs if you think I ain't got this new year by the throat. Let's love, not for ordinary girls.
What's going on? It's your boy Brooks, aka Normatic, and Prison of Millions presents Black Phantom Behind the Bars. And who am I here with?
Leicester, London.
Let the people know. What do you do?
Music producer,
Recording
artist,
painter,
graphic designer, engineer,
all of it.
Interior designer,
Okay.
designer period. Just an artist all around. Just love art, man.
So it sounds like you have a lot of creative vision.
Oh yeah.
Where do you think that came from?
Really just I want to say my parents.
Yeah. What about your parents?
Yeah, so my mom, she was always into art and music. She was a singer, and she's also like a freehand artist. You know, she's just the most artistic person I know. She does a lot of things. She's just so multifaceted. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad, he was a DJ, so you know he always him and my mom, we always had like records around the house and always playing different types of music. You know what I'm saying? Especially R&B, soul, and hip hop.
Right.
But you know, they were both always just creative, you know, and it just rubbed off on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What did you find first? Was it drawing? Was it rapping? Was it producing? Was it
To be honest, man, it was drawing first.
okay?
Drawing freehand. I discovered that probably when I was about maybe like 3 years old. And I just kept doing it. In school, you know what I'm saying, doodling and stuff like that. But it went into music as I got a little older, maybe like 10 years old.
Right.
You know, but I was also into, you know, just consuming music. You know, I was into like Criss Cross and all that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was memorizing Criss Cross albums and things like that. So that got me interested in music. You know, all while still I was drawing and stuff like that. But 10 years old was when I really took the music seriously.
And was it writing that you took seriously or producing? Or was it both?
First, it was DJing because we had so many records around the house.
It was natural.
It was natural, yeah. So I would always see DJs, and I just loved the look of a vinyl record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just enticed by that.
Right.
So I used to carry records around in my stroller as a kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? According to my mom.
What
you know.
what was the one that your mom said you carried around the most?
Parents just don't understand.
By who?
Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Okay, right.
That was the one that I carried around. And you know, so I had so many records, and you know, I had turntables that my father had gave me, and I just wanted to DJ.
Yeah.
You know, so I became a DJ at age 10. And in the midst of that, I found music production and started wanting to make beats and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
So what'd you start making beats on, if you don't mind me asking?
So I started on, okay.
Like what was the like, this is like how I do it? Was it like you were like reversing and like looping two records at the same time? Like,
no, so
like Grandmaster or what?
So I knew that you needed a machine
Right.
to make the beats. And a keyboard.
Yeah.
So what I really wanted was a keyboard. So my mom, she got me this keyboard for Christmas. And it was called a Yamaha DJ X2.
Was it gray?
It was
A
great.
long
yeah.
gray one that had mad buttons on it.
Yeah,
my
man.
mom had the same one. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the joint right there. You could sample and it had 6 seconds for each button to sample. And I actually taught myself how to play keyboard on that. And then after that, she got me a drum box called a Zoom. I think it was Zoom 231 or something like that. But it was a Zoom drum box, and I learned how to program beats on that. And I would do the drums, maybe a little melody on the beat machine, and then I'll start playing a melody on the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? And I just kept doing it, man. That repetition creates perfection.
The reps. Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got started making beats, and on top of those beats, I would just scratch on the vinyl. You know what I'm saying? So that was the whole thing for me. That's how I got started, and then it was the writing.
But you were writing to your own beats?
Yeah.
And would you ever like give your beats or like sell your beats at all at that point?
Not yet. At like 10 or 11 years old, no, I was just making them for me. 10, 11, 12. It wasn't until I got into high school when I started selling beats.
Facts.
Yeah.
Were you selling mad beats in high school?
I was. Yeah, I might have sold like a couple beats every lunch period.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? And
putting the whole high school on.
Yeah, man, for real. It's crazy because I would let them hear the beats at lunch. But I couldn't give them that CD. I had the beats on, so I would go home and then burn that beat on the CD, come back. You know what I'm saying? They give me the money, selling them for like $20 or something like that.
Were they hot beats though?
They for my age, yeah, for sure.
Okay, facts.
Yeah.
And then did you continue selling beats, or did you transfer into like a rapper? When did you come into your own as your own artist?
So it was definitely I was definitely an artist at 11. My parents had started taking it seriously because they seen that I wasn't playing.
Right.
So my mom, like I said, she's creative. She's a seamstress, so she used to make all of my clothes. When I was doing shows, she made all of the clothes, and my dad, he would get all of my merchandise pressed up. You know what I'm saying, like my keychains and my T-shirts, and you know what I'm saying. So I was an artist up 11. Up until now, but I started at 11, but I really started taking it serious when I was about maybe 16 to 17.
16, 17.
Yeah, being a solo artist.
And did people tap in with you at the time?
Oh yeah.
What did that look like?
Sure. I had supporters, come to the shows. They always made sure that they had the newest things, newest music from me.
You're selling CDs?
Selling CDs and selling my merchandise. Stuff like that. Social media has started to become a thing. We talking like MySpace,
like OG.
You know what I'm saying? It was real. It was eye opening to me, because I had never really seen that type of thing, like having fans. So that was new.
So it's like you could see it like a number. Like
yeah, tangible. It's like that was wild to me. Just being on MySpace and then Twitter and Facebook, and then just seeing people gravitate towards your art and really like it, and it makes you want to keep going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And at the time, what kind of style? I mean, you were rapping, right?
Yeah.
So like, what would you classify as? Like, were you like conscious rap? Were you kind of just spitting about your experience? Like, what was it?
Yeah, it was basically me spitting about my experiences in my life, and some of it was conscious, and I'm growing up too, so I was discovering things, and I was just writing songs about what I was discovering, whether that was girls or my experiences in school, not liking school. Had a lot of songs about that.
How come you didn't like school?
Well, it took me away from music. That's one of the main reasons I didn't like school, and there was things going on in school that I just didn't like. I just didn't like to associate myself with.
So did you stray away from high school or from school as a whole?
Nah, I didn't. I got really bad grades because my mind was somewhere else.
Right.
But I didn't stray away from school. I made sure to graduate because I know that's what my parents really wanted. They wanted me to graduate high school. So I did, and last year of high school, I just made sure I was on my P's and Q's and passed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But music is really what I wanted to do.
So where did you see like finishing high school as a way to get to the music faster, almost, or a way to get there?
Kinda. I just wanted it out of my way.
Okay, facts.
Yeah, I wanted school out of my way. Um, and I learned a few things from school, personality wise, more than I learned
About yourself.
yeah, about myself more than like academics and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So I do credit high school for that. But I just wanted school out of the way so I can pursue music
Right.
full time without distraction. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I don't know if you know, but we have 650,000 people incarcerated watching us right now.
mm,
So my first question in regards to that is, do you have a message for anybody inside or for the people at all?
absolutely I do. They say they can lock your mind, they can lock your body, but they can't trap your mind. Um, and a lot of the time, I felt like when I was in school, I couldn't go nowhere, and I felt like I was suffering in school, because I was being bullied, I was being chastised by teachers. Um, you know, the schoolwork that I was getting wasn't really helping me, or it wasn't conducive to what I wanted to do in life.
Right.
I made a decision, and the decision was to pursue music until I make it to a certain point.
Did you hit
So
that point?
so I'm close.
Okay. Well,
I'm close. So I made a conscious decision to stray away from certain things, stay away from toxic situations and toxic people. I would just say, if you went there, just stay focused. It's all about the focus.
mhm.
Your mind creates the reality, but it starts up here first.
Facts.
It starts up top. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta nurture that, and you gotta make sure that you really really have a plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you
For
have
who
a,
you want to be.
if you don't have a plan, then you're just drifting.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
to all my people inside, that means getting a GED. That means picking up a trade. That
Mhm.
means going to counseling sessions. That means going to the library and just reading,
absolutely.
doing something
Yeah,
with your time inside, not just
yeah,
bidding it. You feel me?
yeah, man. Absolutely. Feed the mind, please.
Yeah. Um. So what is this point that you're talking about hitting? You said you would stop at a certain point. What is that point?
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily stopping. I just saw myself somewhere, and I won't stop until I get there. And then when I get there, I most likely won't stop,
Of course.
but I'll know that I
That
hit
goal.
that point, that goal.
Yeah.
That's just, I want to be the reason why my entire family just doesn't have to work anymore. You know what I'm saying? I
feel
want to make sure that we are taken care of.
Mhm.
My mom and my sister and my nephews, and you know what I'm saying? Just my entire family. I just want to make sure everybody is okay.
Yeah.
And I just want to enjoy life, man. I just want to do art and be able to, because we all got to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? We all got to stay afloat. But the easier we can stay afloat, the easier it is to do the things that
That you want.
we love to do.
Facts.
So I just want to do what I love to do.
Yeah.
Without any other distractions. You know what I'm saying? That's been one of my main things since I was younger.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Just do what I love, and
Is your brand something that you love?
yeah, most
Tell me
definitely.
about it.
This
Tell
is
me about it.
this is my baby right now.
What is Not For Ordinary Girls?
So not for ordinary girls. It's a lifestyle brand.
Okay.
We basically we highlight and we support entrepreneurial and artistic women. Um, our focus is women, but we invite everybody to be a part of the brand. You know what I'm saying? It is unisex. You know what I'm saying? So we are all about elegance, excellence.
Okay.
You know
Black
what I'm
excellence.
saying? Yeah, and just prosperity. We just like to give everybody their flowers. You know what I'm saying? That's why one of the symbols for us is the red rose, which is actually my mother's favorite flower. So it all comes together. And yeah, man. So we just like to support entrepreneurial, artistic women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just big them up, and we also, you know, we like to give the feel of the whole like the '90s. We like to
Like
take it back to the
Y2K.
'90s aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we pay homage to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you know,
What does that look like? Like through clothes, through productions, through
everything,
everything?
everything.
Tell me about some of the stuff y'all have done.
Yeah, so we just like to actually we working right now. We working on a magazine, a physical magazine,
Okay.
the Infog magazine, where we're gonna start doing like some retro photo shoots and you know,
Modeling the clothes.
huh?
Modeling clothes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, our things that we're gonna do. The hats are first. You know, everything that we do. Um, you know, we just try to make sure it's like extremely elegant with the twist of retro.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it, man. It's really something that I stand behind, and like I said, it's my baby,
Right.
and I see it going really really far, and we we already have a partnership with Bel Air. Shout out to Luke Belair. We just had the Rose Party the other day, which was the single release party for my single Link,
Mm-hmm.
and Luke Belair sponsored it, and we had a good time. You know what I'm saying? It was roses everywhere. It was, the women came out to support us. You know what I'm saying? It was really dope, man. So
What's up?
yeah, yeah.
What do you have to say to anybody that's thinking about starting a brand right now inside? Because there are plenty of creatives, plenty of people who can draw, who just have the mind, the knack for business. So,
Yeah,
what if you had a words of encouragement for them? What would they be?
I would say don't be afraid because it is a lot.
Mhm.
It is a lot. It's a lot of things to consider when you start a brand.
What would they be?
Yeah, so they would be like, how am I going to keep this afloat?
Right.
How am I going to pay for everything?
Right.
Who am I trying to talk to?
Who's my audience?
Who's my audience?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do I want this to look like?
Facts.
What are the things that I want to be involved in? What are the things I don't want to be involved in?
What do we represent?
What we represent? What's our mission?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those things, you know, it could be a lot, but I would say don't be afraid because I thought about all of these things before I started this, and I'm just like, damn, well, it's only me.
Right.
But if you do start, if you throw away the fear and you start, the people that help you will come for sure. You will have people that support you and that will help you.
So if it's like if you put your vision out there, you'll find people that align with it and they'll
Absolutely.
come and make
You
it
just-
bigger.
Yep. You just got to start. You just have to start. That's it right there.
Aside from the brand, I know you're big into producing. Like you said, you started at 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you have some crazy producer credits. How did those come about?
That came about from me being under my mentor, Jerry Wonder. He found me at 21 and we formed a relationship, and I literally just slept in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I left home and just went to New York, and I just went up there and slept in the studio and just worked nonstop. So I started to meet a bunch of people,
Mhm.
and you know, he was, you know, gracious enough to have me around in these sessions. So I got to learn a lot, and I got to form some relationships, and you know, get a lot of work done, and really hone in my craft of music production, which is where the passion lies. You know, so yeah, it just came from working nonstop and just being in the studio, and a lot of hungry days and hungry nights, and it's a lot of grind, man.
Yeah.
Shows and taking the train and going to these performances with $2 in your pocket and hopping the train and things like that, man. Just a bunch of determination.
It's like working through the tough
Man.
part.
Yes, and everything and everybody that I experienced, they came through this.
Mhm.
They came through music, and I knew what I wanted to do. And when I got, you know, in certain rooms with people, I just, you know, made a promise to myself that I wouldn't stray away from what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what I want to do. Let's execute.
Do you still produce for other people now?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
that's like your love for.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
that's something that you could just do regardless.
Yeah.
That's like a hobby almost.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that on my sickest day.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
You know what I mean?
I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's just it's just something that's in me.
Mhm.
It's never going nowhere. You know, I'll never trade it because it just give me so much fulfillment. You know what I mean? And you make so many friends and you meet so many people off of music production. You
That's
know,
facts.
and in order to produce for somebody, like really sit down and do a project for
You have
somebody,
to understand
you
them.
gotta understand them. You gotta sit down with them and be like, yo, like what you going through? Like,
Yeah. What are
because
you about?
I have to create the soundtrack
Facts.
to what you
What you're
have
feeling. Yeah.
putting your words on. Like I gotta make it make sense.
Yeah.
You know, one of my biggest inspirations is Quincy Jones.
Mhm.
And you know, it's one thing I learned from him. So yeah, man, music production, I hold it very close to my heart. You know,
And what would you say is like something you've produced that you're the most proud of, or like one of your favorite tracks you've heard yourself make for somebody else?
man, I haven't done it yet.
You haven't done it yet? You haven't made something that's like, wow, I made that?
Yes, but I think I can.
Do better.
Yeah, absolutely. I
But
can.
okay, so far, out of what you've done so far, what would that be?
Hmm.
Because I hold myself to a similar standard where it's like, yeah, this is cool, but I could do better.
Yeah,
But sometimes you got to take a moment to appreciate where you.
for sure. Yeah, so I did a project a couple years ago,
Mhm.
2021, called Casa de Sade, where I took Sade songs and I repurposed them.
Okay.
I took some samples, made whole new songs around her, reproduced the music as a 4-song EP.
Mhm.
And I'm so proud of that because it's so many elements and so much music in these 4 songs. It took me 3.5 days to do everything. And I was amazed at that.
Yeah.
And
The
I had
turnaround.
never done a project that fast from writing it, finding the songs, sampling, making the beats, mixing it, mastering it, and
Putting it out.
figuring out the artwork, and
Mhm.
it all of it took 3.5 days. I had never worked. You think I had a specific deadline, so I didn't though.
It was
I
just the
was just so
inspiration.
motivated,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, when that comes, you have to act on it,
Yeah.
you know, because gotta take it to somebody else. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? But you gotta act on it. And I did. And it came out to be one of my best projects to me,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, Casa de Sade, that's actually streaming everywhere,
That's what's up.
you know.
Spotify, everything.
Spotify, Apple Music,
All right,
Tidal,
bet.
everywhere.
And tell me more about your single Link.
Yeah, so Link was something I did. I just woke up one morning and started making this beat. I don't know why. It just came from out of nowhere. You know those times where
Yeah.
you just like, all right, I feel like I should make something.
I
Let
feel
me
that.
make something.
I feel that.
So I just came up with these chords. I played a pad and did the drums, and I actually had the beat for about 2 days. And it's actually featuring my boy In The Story. So I had this beat for 2 days, but I couldn't think of anything. So I brought Story in and was like, yo, if you hear anything, write a little something to this. So he wrote a little part for the song, and it just helped me come up with the rest of it.
Right. It was like the starting point for
Yeah,
you to kind of
yeah.
build off.
And it's actually because it's actually crazy because it's the bridge of the song,
Yeah.
and then the bridge inspired me to write the rest of the song.
That's what's up. So it's like
Yeah.
that build up made you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense though.
And it was really organic. So I love creating songs like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The organic part of it is really fulfilling.
What do you use to produce?
So right now I use Ableton Live.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I use the MPK.
MPK. Is that the keyboard one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my baby right there.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's just Ableton and the MPK.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
And you're from Philly? Where you
I'm
from?
from Philly, yeah.
You're from Philly?
Originally, yeah.
What part of Philly?
Germantown.
Shout out. Oh, you from
Yeah.
Germantown? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Yeah,
I
shout out
know-
to Germantown.
I got somebody.
Shout out to G-Town, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, what's it like growing up in Philly?
It was you know, Philly was fun. You know, at times that I did go outside, you know, we always had our little squabbles.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, me and Story, we actually grew up together. We met in 1999. So we used to be outside and we used to you know, just chill on the step with all of the other people that be out there, you know, doing what they do.
Mhm.
We'd be out there rapping, or
Facts.
sometimes we'd be on the corner rapping. You know, other than that, if we wasn't rapping, we was like playing ball. You know what I'm saying? Just doing real kid stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
feel you.
But yeah, I love Philly, man. Philly really instilled something in me. You know, it gave me my bravery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Philly got a real special place in my heart. Germantown, West Oak Lane, Frankfurt. I lived in all of these places, you know, and yeah, it just gave me something, man. It just you know toughened my skin.
Yeah.
You know, able to deal with whatever you throw at me.
Mhm.
You know, but also told me to watch my surroundings. You know,
Do you have advice for people inside who are trying to find that thing that could pull them out of not necessarily having a goal? Because
yeah,
I feel like when you have a goal, even if it's not necessarily 100% what you want, you're moving
hmm
in a direction, and you can always change the goal, but you're still moving forward, right?
hmm
If you have nothing, you're just kind of
yeah,
drifting, like you're just moving
yeah.
aimlessly. So, what would you recommend, or like, how would you tell somebody who's incarcerated, sitting right there? How would you explain to them the best way to find that thing? Like, how would you tell them you don't have to do music, you don't have to do anything creative? It could be law, it could be business, but like, how do you help them find that?
Yeah, I tell people sometimes to look back on your childhood and try to remember a thing that made you feel good. Try to remember anything, just like try to dig deep and see if you can find anything that stuck out to you and made you feel like this is I like doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And whether it didn't have to be something that you do. It could have been something that you
At one time,
read or you watched
yeah,
or you know, the inspiration is you know it's everywhere. You know, so I would say look into your past and just try to remember what made you feel good.
mm-hmm.
You know, because that's really important.
Yeah,
And I can attest to that. I never stopped doing what I love doing. It just always felt good doing this.
yeah,
You know, and it took me places.
facts.
You know, so I believe you could find it if you just gotta dig and you know look into yourself as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what makes you a better person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Um, and you just search and you just search. It's really a soul search.
Yeah,
Trying to find what you want to do.
that's true. I
Yeah,
mean, and even if you're about that life, right, you can still reverse engineer that into something else. If you're
absolutely,
about that life, if you're on a block selling whatever, you can turn that into a business. You could become
absolutely.
you have a business mind automatically. It's just about the application.
Yep,
So
yep.
yeah, that was real. All right, I appreciate you coming out, man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you having me.
No problem.
Absolutely.